everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over cel-shaded Spider-Man and Venom from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Let's check out cel-shaded Spider-Man. The back of the box looks pretty cool too. Being a Walmart exclusive, I didn't really get the choice to pick out what figure I would get, so I wouldn't pick this one off the shelf. There's already a lot of problems with the head, seeing as the web lines and this seam line over here is really weird. Just don't really match up right there, and then right back over here, and it's off center, which kind of sucks. And this one, oh, it's terrible. Yeah, not a big fan of this head sculpt, sadly. The body is fine, if a bit chunky. I do like how it looks like it came out of the comic book art though. The shading is really nicely done for a figure that you probably wouldn't want shading for. I'm not a huge fan of the shading on these figures, and I gotta say, it's probably gonna get worse from here. The web lines are nice, they work out pretty well. I do love how it looks. There is some discrepancy between the color of this and the color of this. That's kind of a shame, but it does look nice with all that shading. Let's see if it gets better or worse. It got worse. The shading's on one side of the body, which means you'd only have a light source coming from this side and shading on this side. That's kind of bad. I'm not a fan of this. It's really weird. I don't know why it's sort of contoured here and contoured here differently, and down here it's kind of a shame. It also goes down onto the boots, which kind of sucks as well. So if you want to have a vanilla Spider-Man, you need to break out a lot of that paint, a lot of that acetone, a lot of that nail polish stuff to make it look a little bit better. And this is a shame because this is a nice body marred by a strange color scheme. I almost forgot to mention how nice the logo is on the front. It's really cool, and on the back I think it's even cooler and the best piece of cel shading here. Very well done. As far as accessories goes, he comes with two fists that we've seen before in every other Spider-Man, but they're Spider-Man fists that swivel and then hinge pretty nicely. They work really well. Tiny bit gummy. Oh my gosh, there's even more paint over here. Why, Spider-Man? Why? He comes with two web thwip hands, and these are very nicely done. No shading on them. I'm very happy about that. You get a nice swivel and then a hinge. It is kind of gummy and strange for this figure, and the fingers are really gummy. That's really weird, I think. He also comes with a pair of wall-crawling hands that swivel and then hinge like every other Spider-Man hand that work pretty well. They have good paint on them, but I wish there was paint over here as well. And there's a little splotching over here, which is a shame. We also need gripping hands for Spider-Man. That'd be great. Spidey also comes with a pair of these webs. They're fine, I guess. These are old molds we've seen before. They're in white. They're kind of weird. If you don't have a villain to web them up, I guess Spider-Man will be webbing himself up. As far as articulation goes for Spider-Man, the head can go left and right and back and forward, and nice pivot over here. I love this kind of joint, by the way. It's wonderful, better than the other ones. Up this far and down, no crunching or anything. It works out well. You can go all the way around. You do get a butterfly joint. You have to work a little bit to work. It's fine. Swivel over here. Double jointed pinless elbow over here. Really nice. You do get a swivel here and then back and then forward pretty well and side to side. It does break up the sculpt when you twist it, so just be careful at least, or the paint. You go back this far. I don't know what this is. It's kind of weird. Just be careful when he bends back. I'm not sure if it's paint missing or something. And down, it's pretty fine, I guess. Breaks up the paint over here again. You can crunch him down really far, crunch him back really far. Very nice. You do get splits over here and down. Up this far pretty well and back this far pretty well. Double joint knee works out really fine. I would guess no dip down with that hip. That's a shame. Swivel up here breaks the paint. That's a shame with that. Swivel down here does break this paint once again, and down and up, and then pivot with two pegels upon the feet. He's a nice figure that is very specific to a certain character in the Spider-Man multiverse and mythos. You can't really pair him that much with any other character aside from the next one coming up. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Now let's check out Venom. My Venom head sculpt has a sad tale where I put it in a bag and look what happened. Yeah, there's some stuff on the sides, and this actually happened out of the box, which is a crying shame. Paint isn't really that great for the teeth. I do like the two-tone thing that really captures what the show did, but it's just kind of weird in this case, out of context. It is a nice Venom head. I'd love to see it redone in some other figure. That'd be awesome. I really like how this looks. It's excellent for what it is. After years of clamoring, we finally got the Omega Red body for Venom, and it's awesome. I love the look for this. The Venom logo is great, wrapping array to the back all the way around. Super nicely done. I'm loving this kind of shading. It really matches what the show did and is basically perfect. Excellent, excellent look. This is fantastic. I love the paint on this thing. I really like the wrapping over here too. I kind of wish it was a little bit better on the paint, but that's fine, I would guess. Even on the hands too, with the blue and red, it's almost like a 3D effect. There is a spot over here missing, which is a shame, but the paint otherwise eyes is like 90% perfect. Very well done, Hasbro. This is great. I think the legs are the best part. You get free reign out of everything to get all those muscle textures in there with all of that blue and all of that red. It's wonderfully done. You get red for one side basically for the figure and blue for the other. It's like a 3D effect. Once again, I just love how this thing looks. Even on the back, you got a little bit, and the back you got a little bit as well. This is super well done, and I'm just praising Hasbro here. This is excellently done. I love this. He comes with a pair of fists that work really well. They're kind of big. I like it. Swivel and then hinge pretty well. They do pop out sometimes, so just be careful when hinging, but they work out very nicely and are really well done. These are some excellent hands with some great paint apps, and they just look awesome with the figure. He comes with a pair of clawed hands. You can swivel and then hinge. Just be careful that they might pop out on you. They work out really fine, and I love the paint on them. A little bit of red, a little bit of blue. We got a little bit of blue, a little bit of red. Super nice. I love these claw hands. He also comes with this head that has a tongue lashing out that's all forked and looks awesome. I love this thing. The eyes are really well done too, except for a little smudge on this over here. And it's basically the same as the other one. It's awesome. You do go back this far and forward this far pretty well. Swivel side to side and a tiny bit of pivot here and there. Paired with these claw hands, this is how I'm keeping my Venom. He's just amazing. As far as articulation goes for Venom, the head is on pretty loose, might come off, goes back this far, not that much, forward this far, swivel over here. It really holds tightly onto it, and then left and right over here, up this far and down all the way around. Butterfly joint working really nicely over here, and you get a swivel over here. Double jointed pinned elbow, sadly, that's a shame. You also get a back this far, forward this far. The paint works out pretty well on this figure. Swivel at the waist down there, out this far and in, up this far and back, not really that far, up here and down, and a swivel that works out pretty well, and no swivel down here and down and then up and then pivot, and toupee goes bottom of his big huge feet. A really nice figure that has some pretty good accessories. I don't know if I want to keep him or not, honestly. He is very specific once again to that other Spider-Man, and they're the only cel-shaded characters I think in this line, so maybe I'll keep him, maybe I won't. Here's cel-shaded Spider-Man and cel-shaded Venom side by side. They look really nice together. Venom towering over Spider-Man. Awesomeness. You do get a 6 inches for Spider-Man and then also around 7 inches for Venom, and they do look great together. And also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. Here's a lesson to learn, Spidey. He may be ugly, but his cel shading isn't. Overall, animation doesn't make everything better. Spider-Man is an okay figure. He doesn't have all the articulation and bells and whistles the others do. Sure, he has the right amount of hands I would want, but those web effects aren't really that great. My real problem is the cel shading. It only works in certain lighting conditions, and the figure only works in his own microcosm of him and Venom, which is a shame. If we had more figures that had more cel shading, maybe he'd be better in the long run. On the flip side, Venom is an awesome figure, worthy of praise, but he is not without his flaws too. The 3D effect on him looks great as far as the paint goes. It is excellent and a great example of how cel shading can work right to make the figure completely different rather than just a little bit. I do love the head sculpts, they're great. The hands are really nice too. The claws and fists are awesome, and I'm just glad they finally used the Omega Red body sculpt we've been wanting for so long. Sadly though, the eyes have some issues with the paint on them, and I didn't even touch on the fact that he has 2 holes in his shoulders. It's kind of weird. They could have filled him with something. It would have been made for a much bigger figure to make him look even greater. If you're a big fan of Spider-Man the Animated Series, you probably already have these, but if not, they'll go for a hefty price on the aftermarket. That being said though, I don't think they're really essential for your Spider-Man collection, so if you love them, get them, but if not, just keep them on TV. So which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned.